Good day and welcome. Thank you so much for choosing Deen channel as your preferred platform of entertainment. This is On the Hot Seat with myself, Kouthar D. And before we continue, I greet you with the universal greeting of peace in Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And alongside with me today, I have a very special, phenomenal, young and upbeat individual. His name is Mahmoud Osman and he is a photographer as well as a videographer, and he's going to elaborate on his fantastic work that he has been done for only a year. He has been having a journey of a blast, and today he's going to elaborate on that. We are going to be speaking to him right now, and we greet him with a universal greeting of his Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my brother. How are you?
Wa alaikum salam. I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
I am very well. I'm excited to have you here. You are going to tell me who you are, what you do, how old you are, your schooling career, and then we're going to also diverge on to your passion.
My name is Mahmoud Osman. I'm 16 years old. I'm in grade 10. I'm a photographer and videographer.
Okay, so and how did this all start for you?
I've always had the vision for visual art, like with regards to photography and videography. But last year I started messing around with my dad's camera and I decided that I wanted to make a career out of this. So I did a couple of free jobs, got my name out there, and then ever since January this year, everything just took off. And I'm so grateful for everything that happened to me.
Alhamdulillah. And your inspiration, in terms of where did photography and videography, where did that come from, that inspiration?
Partially towards my mom's side of the family, because my uncle has his own company called AV Connections, where he does wedding films, events, corporate events, everything. And I've always seen what he's done, and sort of the love for my photography and videography started from there.
And specialization for future?
I want to specialize in more influential work, so I want to make films with purpose,
yes,
and also make travel films because I really enjoy traveling.
And if it is video content or film content, what would you mainly focus on? Would it be music video, action movies, or cartoons?
I want to go into ads. I want to make advertisements especially for cars.
Okay.
Because that will be quite cool with regard to the drones, the shots you can get.
Yes.
So,
yes. So it's just advertising, nothing in filmmaking.
I don't think I want to go into movies.
Okay.
If I do directing, yes, but not the actual film, because that's a whole other ballgame on its own.
Okay. And in your spare time, besides doing photography and videography, what do you enjoy in your spare time?
I enjoy playing cricket and soccer. I'm a cricket player. I play for Western Province Cricket Club, and now recently I transferred over to Primrose.
Okay, and how was that change for you?
It was a big jump because with Western Province is both discipline, and when you go to Primrose, everything changes. So it was a big jump, but I still do it for the love of the sport, not for the club. So. And
your position?
I'm the opening bowler.
Okay, lovely. And if you do sports, does someone record you?
No.
And sports in terms of swimming, hiking, outdoor?
I enjoy hiking and I enjoy running.
Okay, is that what you do in your spare time as well?
Yes, because running clears the mind.
Okay, and currently, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
Traveling the world, making films for tourist boards, hotels, and anything and everything.
Okay, we're going back to photography and videography. I know that you know so much. I could see by your work, you know a lot. I was blown away by a few of your shots that you showed me. But there's still so much to learn.
That's true.
Where do you find the time to do research on more exciting things?
A lot of the stuff I know self-taught, but YouTube, that's the best place. Everything's on YouTube. Whenever I get the spare moment, I'm always on YouTube watching tutorials, learning new things to improve my craft. I always say that you never know enough. There's always a lot to learn out there. You need to be willing to learn. I
can hear by you're speaking that you are very, very passionate about what you do. I know that this is a lot of patience also. So on average, tell me, how long does editing take for you, even if it's like a music video or an advert?
I edit about 6 to 8 hours a day, and then I shoot for about 2 to 4 hours a day. So this takes up a lot of my time. But then again, I always say it doesn't count as work because I enjoy what I do.
Yes, and that is a motto that my father always told me. You'll never work a day in your life if you love what you do. Tell me about your experiences. I remember you telling me that you were hanging out of a car trying to get that perfect shot. Tell me about that.
So we were shooting a music video for my friend Amir, and we wanted to get this cool shot because we got sponsored a car, and we wanted to get this cool shot, a rolling shot of the car, but because due to the winds we couldn't get the drone up. So I said, okay, cool, open the boot of the other car and I'm going to sit inside. So I sat inside the boot and I was hanging out with the with the gimbal, with the camera on the gimbal, and my friend was holding me by my hoodie, and that's how I got the shot.
I want to know the machine that captures this wonderful footage that you showed me. Tell me about it. I know you have your camera here and we are going to speak about your camera. This is obviously a Canon.
Yes.
What type of model is this?
This is a Canon 80D, but I also have a Canon 7D Mark II.
Okay, so what is the difference between the two?
This Canon 80D I use solely for video because of the autofocus, and it can shoot up to 60 frames per second, which foreign language.
That's not my genre of expertise.
Basically, the more frames per second, it will be in slow motion.
Okay.
Just put it that way.
Okay, so this thing can take photos as well as video.
Yes, that's.
And then also while it's video, can you capture also?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool. And if you use this, you can't put that on your drone. The drone comes with a built-in camera.
Built-in camera.
Okay, so that you use for videos and photo shoots.
Yes.
And that
this
camera?
one is the 7D I use mainly for photos because of the shutter speed. It can shoot up to 12 frames a second, and the image quality is super sharp. So I use that one solely for photos, especially when I'm out shooting. I have this on the gimbal. To take it off the gimbal and actually to shoot photos with this, it takes quite some time. So I have this on the gimbal and the other one on the strap.
So this is called a gimbal.
Yes.
Okay, you're going to show me, does it have a length that it goes up to?
So the camera sits like this.
Okay.
And once it's on, it keeps the camera stable. So whether you're running, you're walking, anything, it just keeps all the footage smooth.
And that thing can stand and go up to how much meters, or a meter, 2 meters?
It's like this.
Oh, so that is how small it is. Okay. Okay, and then also with your camera, did you not forget about your dad's camera? That is what that gave you introduction to video.
Also, it's not about the gear, because at the end it's about the story and your vision.
Yes.
So whatever you have in hand to capture that's the best thing you have. Doesn't matter about the gear. That's how I always say, you always have your phone on you. So at the end of the day, your phone has the best camera because it's always there for you.
Yes.
So like I said, it's not about the gear.
Your camera, how did you know which one to take?
I've done hours and hours and hours of research on which camera to get. And I'm still always doing research because when it's time to upgrade, I know which one to go for.
So then, what if you upgrade? What do you do with those type of cameras?
I might sell it, or I might just keep it as a backup. So if something goes wrong, I need to send the main one for repairs, and I have something to fall back onto, because I'm constantly shooting. Okay.
So this is the main gadgets that you use. Other than this, you're obviously going to need your computer.
Yep.
What type of apps do you use on your PC?
I use the Adobe suite for all my editing, Adobe Lightroom, Adobe Photoshop Photo, and Adobe After Effects, and Adobe Premiere Pro for video.
Okay, and when you do video or photography, what do you do? What do you enjoy the most? I know there must be something that you enjoy doing.
Just the feeling of getting in that creative zone and figuring out what shots to get. Like when I shoot, I don't think of anything else, just get in the shot. The feeling of being creative, that's the best feeling. And different kind of content? Do you do models? Do you do cars, nature?
I do
everything besides wedding.
Okay.
Weddings. I've done a few. Not a big fan of it because it caps you creatively. I don't like that. I like to be creative, so I say no, put an end to it.
I think you like a challenge.
Yes.
Okay. And then community work. How do you incorporate community work with videography?
What I do is a charity organization reaches out to me, but when they ask how much I charge, I don't give them a price because I say this is my way of giving back.
Yes.
And every Friday night a couple of friends we started this movement called Lifestyle Movement, and we go to different informal settlements, hand out bread and soup, which we get sponsored. So I'm filming every Friday and making a documentary of that.
That's fantastic. And how is that have been for you?
It's an eye-opener. Shows you that we have everything but we're not happy, whereas they have nothing and they're happier than we are.
That's true.
So it's a real eye-opener.
So how long have you been doing this?
Just over a year. Last year, June the 3rd, that's when I started.
This is when you started with your dad's camera?
Yes.
And what have you learned thus far in this short period? I mean, it's only been over a year, and I remember you showing me that first footage you took, and the last that you took, that is a massive, massive jump. Tell me all the things that you have learned thus far.
The most important thing is hard work, because nothing comes easy, especially with regards to this. You have to be willing to put in the time and the effort. And you have to market yourself well also. That's one thing I've learned. You can be the best, but if you're not marketing yourself well, then no one's going to know about you, you're not going to get jobs. So marketing, that's one of the most important parts, and always willing to learn, improve your craft, watching tutorials, finding out how do you do this, how do you do that. Because if you're not learning, then you're not growing, which means you're not getting more jobs, so you're not becoming a better person overall.
Okay, we're going to come back to you, but for now we're going to take a quick, short ad break. In studio today I have Mahmoud Osman. He is a photographer and a videographer. So do stay tuned. He's going to be telling us a little bit later about his new music video that he has done. It is fantabulous, and we're going to be showing it to you after the show. Do stay tuned. This is On the Hot Seat with myself, Kouthar D. Welcome back. This is On the Hot Seat with myself, Kouthar D, and alongside with me today I have Mahmoud Osman, who is a photographer and a videographer, and later in the show we're going to be discussing his brilliant music video that he has shown me. I can't wait for you to view it, so don't go anywhere. I believe before we just took a quick ad break, we were talking about marketing.
Yes.
In terms of marketing, is there any competition in the marketing industry? And for you as a videographer, how is that for you?
It's quite tough out there because there's a lot of people trying to do the same thing, but everyone has their own different perspective and view of how they do it. So the competition is there, but I don't see it as competition. I see it as more of a way to motivate myself. So if someone's doing better than me, I'll congratulate them, but I'll also take what they're doing and make it my own. So that will motivate me to become even better. I would say, oh no, I don't like him, he's better than me, or it's competition. That will motivate me to improve my craft.
And where do you expose all your talented work?
Social media, Instagram, YouTube, not Facebook.
Okay.
Not a huge fan of Facebook, but yeah, mainly Instagram and YouTube.
And thus far you think that works for you brilliantly.
Yes.
If you'd like to go further, where else would you like to put all your work on?
Then I think I'll have to go to Facebook.
Okay, and then also in terms of massive influences, who has influenced you to be who you are right now and given you that extra boost of talent?
I don't know if a lot of you guys heard of Sam Calder and Taylor Cut Films. They're about two main inspirations. They inspired me to do what I do. Taylor Cut Films more towards the story film, because all these films have purpose and story, and he makes ads for big companies like Audi and Bose headphones, etc. And Sam Calder with regards to travel, because every week he's in a different country making films for different tourist boards and charity organizations. So both of them, they have inspired me to become who I am today, and with regards to my work.
And just hearing what you're telling me about them, they intertwine nicely, and that's exactly what you would like to do one day. So you follow the videos all the time. Did they give you, in the type of work, did it give you some ideas?
Yes, it does. But because they're so big, I can't take exactly what they did. So I have to change it up and make it my own, which is challenging, but I like the challenge.
I saw that, because I believe you showed it to me, and I wanted, you must tell me, how did you come about it? You had a script, was it of
Rhodes
Memorial. You had someone drafted for you.
Yes.
It was like an art, and you created life into the. Tell me, how did you do that? I was boomed away by it when you showed me.
So I saw the idea on Sam Calder's video, but then I was like, okay, I'm making my own. So I messaged my friend and asked her, can she draw this for me? And she drew it for me perfectly. And then I just sat hours and hours editing it, and eventually I got it right.
So did you have to take that exact footage and then send it to her, and or
I took the frame that I wanted to use, and I sent a screenshot of that, and she drew it. And then what I did was I took that frame again, put it on the paper, and then it just like came into the video.
Okay, and we're going to speak. Well, I'm going to ask you about. I wouldn't say successful people, but successful people in this line of expertise that you're busy with. Who have you worked with so far?
I've worked with a lot of influencers with regards to bloggers and musicians. There are quite some big names like Youngster CPT, Blake the Champ, and a couple of others. It's quite cool working with people who have inspired you before doing all of this as a youngster, and you get to work with them and become friends with them, see what they do on a day-to-day basis. And it's really inspiring to work with such people.
And if hopefully one day, I know you're going to grow big one day, inshallah. Who would you like to work with internationally?
Sam Gold and Taylor Cut Films.
Just them?
Yes. I'm just going to leave that there.
Okay. And then also, in terms of going forward, where would you like this to take you in the far future?
Like I said, I want to make a difference with my films, so I want to travel to different, not less fortunate countries or cities, and I want to make films and try and raise donations using that, because word of mouth can only do so much, but people actually see what's happening, and the video gives them a feeling that they want to do more. So I want to make films with purpose and express a sort of feeling. So
I believe that you were talking about content in terms of fashion and cars and community upliftment, and with that there comes challenges. What is the major challenges that you face?
The main one is balancing my time, because I am a school-going kid, and to balance both is quite hard. But I sort of found the sweet spot, but then again sometimes we get carried away with school, get carried away with my video work, so finding the balance is the hardest thing. With that also comes creative blocks. And I think...
What is creative blocks, sorry?
So you have no inspiration to shoot or to edit.
Okay.
You become lazy with regards to your craft, and you can't get out of this block that you're in. So what I do is I just sit back, relax, maybe go for a run or something, try to get out of it, clear the mind. That's the best way.
Okay.
Because you don't want to force something and then the work you put out you're not happy with.
Yes.
So don't take a back seat and get over the block.
Okay, so Nasi, you taught me something today. I love it. I really love it. Obviously with all the challenges that everybody faces comes highlights. So what has been the most highlights that you have faced in this short journey of yours?
Probably the best one was the music video. This is my first music video, and looking back at it now, 15,000 people viewed it, which is crazy to think about it. Everything else that happened so quickly, and I can't, like, it's overwhelming, and I'm so grateful to the Almighty and to everyone that's been supporting me.
You were talking about something very important that stands out for me. You're talking about support.
Yes.
So who is your mentor and who is your biggest supporter?
My
or
mom,
supporters?
My dad and my sister. They've been there since the beginning, supporting me. Always, whenever I finish a new video, they're the first people to see it, give me feedback, tell me do this isn't right. So I can't thank them enough.
I believe that we were talking now about the music video. Tell me a bit about this music video. Who is the singer? How did you get involved with him?
So it's my friend, his name's Amir Hendricks. I met him beginning of the year because he does kickboxing classes. Okay. So I met him through that, and then we started chatting. And Ramadan, just before that, he started recording the song, and he was like, okay, after I'm done, I must shoot the music video. So we planned everything, planned the shots, planned location, the models, who's going to help with the video, got the cars, and then we set out 3 days we shot. Took me about a week to edit the video, and it's still one of my best projects, I think. Because I enjoyed every second of it, and it never felt like work at all. Because he's a friend also, it was fun. So one of my greatest accomplishments was the video.
Okay. I have seen the video. it's on another level.
Thank you.
You won't even say that you just started a year ago. It's exceptional, and we are going to actually play that video at the end. I would love everybody to actually see your level of expertise. It's amazing. Is there any message of thanks that you'd like to give to all your supporters and fans?
So before I thank anyone, I first need to thank the Almighty for granting me this opportunity, because without Him I wouldn't be anywhere. And then I had to thank my parents and my sister for always being there, supporting me. And to everyone that watches my videos, supports me, follows me, I'd really like to thank you. It means the world to me that you guys support my vision and my ideas. Thank you very much.
For people to get in touch with you, how do they get in touch with you?
You can DM me on Instagram at moody.visuals, visual with a Z at the end. My email is info@moodyvisuals.co.za. You can inquire via DM or email.
Great. Shukran so much.
Shukran for having me.
Afwan, for being on the show. Myself as well as the whole of Deen Channel staff wish you everything of the best. Maybe you can even stand behind this camera one day, inshallah. So again, everything of the best for your future endeavors, and always maintain that Allah is the best of planners. Yes. And He has shown you that maybe you had this passion, He planted the seed, and He's making everything fall into its place. The puzzle just fits. Yes. So you can only imagine how much the Almighty loves you. So again, from myself and everybody else, everything of the best. And from myself and Mahmoud, we bid you Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
When I first met you, I wasn't sure if you were one night or my whole life now. Then you became the sunlight on my skin and the air that I breathe in. And I promise you, girl, that you're my whole world. And I promise you, your dreams will all come true. And I promise you, girl, that you're my whole world. And I promise you, and I'm gonna run with you until my legs are numb and blue. And I'm gonna love you and make our dreams and hopes come true. Run with you. You and me, and we'll conquer every mountain and sea. So take my hand and run next to me, 'cause you're all that I'll ever need. 'Cause I promise you, girl, that you're my whole world. And I promise you, your dreams will all come true. And I promise you, girl, that you're my whole world. And I promise you, and I'm gonna run with you until my legs are numb and blue. And I'm gonna love you and make our dreams and hopes come true. Run with you. Until my legs are numb and blue. And I'm gonna love first met you, I wasn't sure if you were one night or my whole life now.